It's Monday morning, you're listening to Heart Breakfast with Jamie Theakston and Harriet Scott. And our special guest this morning is my favourite Spice Girl, Melanie C's here.
Yay!
Yeah,
welcome.
Melanie B's coming in later on this week. I'll say exactly the same thing when she comes
I
in.
know, you'll say it to all of them.
It's a real pleasure having you back on the show. You look fantastic.
Thank you very much.
Now, it's a big night for you tonight.
Yes.
Because you become the first Spice Girl to tread the boards in London's West End.
This is correct, yeah. I'm going to be starring as Mrs. Johnston in Blood Brothers.
Is it a show that you're familiar with, or you'd seen before, or...?
Yeah, actually, it's a show that I'd done at school, which was quite a long time ago. But, yeah, it's a show I've always loved. It's written by Willie Russell, who's such a great writer. People who don't know the show may know his films, Shirley Valentine and Educating Rita. You know, he's such a great comedy writer. But he's also got a folk and rock background, so the songs are really good as well.
Do all girls from Liverpool, do they all do it at school? Does every school have that kind of production? Is that how it works?
I actually think it's done at a lot of schools all over the country. I think it's part of the curriculum, so I've been told.
I heard you say about the role and about the play in general, which makes me want to go and see it, that even if you don't usually like musicals, this is a good one because the play is so strong. I get quite naffed off with musicals when they just burst into song the whole time and they're always really naff songs and it's a naff storyline.
Yeah, you know, it's not showbiz and there's no sequins. It's very gritty and real, and it's a tragic story, but there's a lot of humour in it. Being based in Liverpool, you know, the characters are really likeable. So it's, you know, there's no jazz hands.
Melanie, I'm going to level with you. It's going to be a struggle selling a musical to Harriet. That's it, bottom line.
Well, I think I've already done it, haven't I?
I think this sounds really appealing, and I didn't know the writer was behind Shirley Valentine. No, I'm going.
Last musical you went to, you fell asleep after 15 minutes.
I didn't. I liked, what did I like? I liked Priscilla as well, because that was fun, because I knew the songs.
Sure.
It's just some of them.
So it's called Blood Brothers. Seems to have been going on for ages. Whereabouts is it on? Remind us where it is.
It's under the Phoenix Theatre, which is Charing Cross Road.
Okay.
And it's actually been on for 21 years.
That's amazing.
And some amazing people have played this role. Barbara Dixon was the original. It's being played by Kiki D, Petula Clark.
Wow.
So it's, you know, I've got some big shoes to fill.
And what about the nerves at this stage? Bearing in mind the countdown's begun, not long to go till you go on.
I'm remarkably cool, but I am petrified. In reality, I know once, you know, house lights go down and the intro starts, I'm going to be running for the loo.
Sure.
Let's face it.
Right, well, you have to be on stage, you realise that. Melanie C, our special guest. Look, will you stay? Will you stick around for a bit longer? We'll play some songs. We'll have more from Mel coming up.
You're listening to Heart Breakfast with Jamie Theakston and Harriet Scott. And Melanie C is our guest on the show this morning. This is where we clap. The countdown has begun for you appearing tonight on stage for the first time in Blood Brothers.
Yes.
Now, you've already said that it's a great musical because it's not jazz hands, there's no sequins, but it's kind of gone the other extreme. The outfits are hardly glamorous, are they, that you've got to wear?
I know, but you know what's really lovely? There's no pressure to look glam, you know, so that's been nice, especially after having a baby. You know, you're not that confident.
Because obviously you've got Scarlett now, your daughter.
Yeah.
She's what, 10 months old now?
She's 8 months.
8 months.
Yeah.
So, I mean, obviously you won't be putting her to bed during this period, and
I know. That was actually one of the hardest things when I was making the decision about doing the show. I had to, you know, face the fact I'll be putting her to bed one night a week until she's 1. But it's something I really wanted to do, and her dad's great. You know, she's a big daddy's girl, so I know she's in good hands.
So you were the last Spice Girl to be a mum. Did the other girls give you loads of tips?
Yeah, actually, I did get lots of advice, and especially when Scarlett arrived, it was lovely. There's one day in particular I remember when Emma and Jade came over, when they brought Beau over as well to rescue me, because I was having one of those days.
Well, you need to tell me, because I've got a baby due in January.
I know.
You need to tell me about these days.
Well, you know, they're actually few and far between, but sometimes it's like every day in life, you know. Sometimes you have one of those days when everything's going wrong and you're feeling a bit low. And, you know, when you have a baby, you get them too, and it's hard. And sometimes you may be feeling a bit under the weather yourself, but you've got some, you know, somebody to look after, so that can be tough. So do you know what my biggest tip would be for all new mums is to have loads of company, because it stops you from going bonkers.
Right, okay.
Yeah, it keeps your spirits up.
Yeah.
I'm not painting a very good picture, am I?
No.
It is so great. It's wonderful. You're going to love it.
Listen, you look very happy, and I'm sure it's on you too, Jamie. I know it's the most amazing thing in the world, but I'm sure it's also a major life change.
Yeah, I do very little, to be brutally honest. I have a very understanding wife.
I don't believe that for a second.
So your mate Emma Bunton is a presenter on heart now.
Yes.
Do you ever tune in?
I did listen, actually, when you were away and Emma was here with Jamie. I was in hospital when I had...
Oh, that's right. That was the
when
time.
I had Scarlett,
yeah.
and I was listening then. But no, we listened to you in the mornings. Me and Scarlett, we listened to you.
Oh, bless.
And actually, I should give a big shout out to all the midwives and the ladies at the Portland, because they listen to you. They have heart on in the hospital at breakfast time. Yeah.
I kind of forget that people actually listened. Hey, what about any more plans for another one now? Now's the time to do it.
I would, yeah. I'm not very busy. I'd definitely like to have more children, but not for a while.
But maybe next year?
I don't know, Jamie.
Well, I just think it's important. None of us are getting any younger.
I know, this is a problem. We have to consider this. You know, with my first child, it happened when the time felt right for me. You know, so you just have to wait till the time's right, I suppose.
Listen, don't go anywhere. We'll have more from Melanie C coming up a little bit later on the show.
It's Monday morning Heart Breakfast with Jamie Theakston and Harriet Scott, and Melanie C is our guest on the show this morning.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know this about yourself, Mel? You're the only female to reach the UK #1 spot as part of a quintet, quartet, duo, and as a solo artist.
Of course I know that.
That's a great Trivial Pursuit question, isn't it?
You should,
But it's actually wrong.
Why?
Because did you say duet?
Yeah.
When You Gone never got to #1.
Who's your nemesis then? Who was #1?
I can't remember.
What was the three?
Oh, hang on a minute. No, the duet that did get to #1 was Melanie C and Lisa Left Eye Lopez. So it is correct.
Oh, there we go.
There you go.
True, yeah.
All this time, because people say this fact to me a lot, and I just go, yeah, thinking it's not
true. But now you know
But it actually is. Okay, so the duet, me and Lisa.
Yeah.
There's not a trio. I need a trio.
Do you know who you could be in?
Quintet.
Who's the trio with the most lineup changes in the world ever?
Well,
Sugar Babes.
when that new Sugar Babe come in, I was a little bit annoyed I didn't get a call.
I'm not surprised.
And Bananarama could do with another one.
Sugar Babes couldn't have two scousers in my mouth. It was a disaster. But what was the 4 then?
Spice, when
Spice
Jerry
without
left.
Jerry.
Oh, of course. Oh.
There you go. So I do need a trio. Well, hello. There's 3 of us here today.
Have you heard Harriet sing? It's been great having you on the show. This morning, and best of luck with tonight. Goodness me, I can't tell you. I mean, I've done a similar thing. I've been on stage in the West End.
You
it's
have.
terrifying.
I know.
It's terrifying, and I know that.
And you didn't have to sing.
I didn't have to sing or wear an apron or anything, so I can understand what you must be going through right now.
Do you think the other Spice Girls would be encouraged by you making a debut in the West End? Well, I think Posh would make a great Nancy, wouldn't she, and Oliver?
Imagine that.
Well, you know, Melanie B has performed on Broadway. She was in Rent a few years ago, and recently in Vegas she was in a show called Peep Show.
Yeah.
So Melanie has done theatre, but I'm the first to do the West End. So maybe, I don't know.
And we hear a lot of chat about, Spice Girls projects and whether it's going to happen or not. I mean, I've read that you've said you wouldn't do anything unless it was all the girls together. But there's also chat about a Spice Girls reality show.
I have no idea where this come from. Well, it's a great idea, isn't it?
Well, so you're the judges and you're looking for 5 new wannabes and I don't know, to maybe be you in a play about the Spice Girls?
Well, we talk all the time, never seriously, but we'd love to work together again. Personally for me, I'd love to work with the girls again. A musical, I think, is a fantastic idea.
Do you have any backstage rituals before you go on?
Just to be prepared, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, with it being my first night tonight, I'm sure I'll have a little quirk that will follow me through the rest of the show.
A quirk?
Yeah, like something...
like a drink?
I don't know, I'll do something weird, like turn round before I leave the...
Yeah.
Which hand I used to open this door or something.
And
weird.
if it goes really well, you'll think it's because of that, therefore
Exactly.
I can't change
because
that.
I've got my lucky Liverpool knickers on. That's what I'll think.
Have you got those on today as well? Please tell me you have.
I wish I had some. I'm going to see if they actually make them.
I bet they do.
Sure they do.
If they do and anyone's listening, can they send me some?
Listen, it's great having you on. Melanie C.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Thank you very
Good
much.
luck.